December 10th, 1815, London. Ada Byron, also known as Augusta Ada King, named after her father's half-sister Augusta Lane, was born into a world of poetry and mathematics. The daughter of the infamous Lord Byron and the disciplined woman Lady Byron. Her father abandoned her as a baby. Her mother, Lady Byron, vowed to erase his influence through mathematics. Lovelace never met her half-sister Allegra, the daughter of Lord Byron and Claire Claremont, since she had died at the age of 5. Ada's childhood was strict. No poetry, no imagination, only numbers. But her mind refused to be caged. She dreamed of mechanical wings, blending math and fantasy, the first sign of her genius. Her mother called these dreams dangerous, but Ada secretly wrote, "What if machines could think?" Lady Byron ensured she received a strong education in mathematics and science, which was rare for a woman of her time. But she did not have a close relationship with her. Ada was often left in the care of her maternal grandmother Judith. Ada's tutors included permanent figures such as Mary Summerville, a famous Scottish scientist and mathematician, Augustus de Morgan, a logician who introduced Ada to advanced algebra and calculus, and last but not least, William King, whom she later married in 1835, becoming a Countess of Lovelace, when he was made an Earl. At the age of 12, she designed a flying machine inspired by the anatomy of birds. This early interest in engineering foreshadowed her later work with Charles Babbage. In her late teens, Ada met the renowned scientist and mathematician Mary Summerville, who became her mentor and played a key role in nurturing her intellectual growth. At the age of 17, Ada was invited to an exclusive gathering of scientists and intellectuals. Among them was the brilliant Charles Babbage. The room buzzed with conversations about mathematics, astronomy, and engineering, but one invention caught Ada's eye. In the corner of the room stood a mechanical marvel, Charles Babbage's difference engine, a machine designed to calculate complex equations. As Babbage demonstrated the machine, Ada watched with awe. Where others saw a calculation tool, she saw the potential of something greater. She bombarded Babbage with questions, eager to understand the machine's capabilities and its possible future applications. This encounter marked the beginning of a groundbreaking partnership, one that would lay the foundations for modern computing. That night, Ada's mind raced with ideas. She saw beyond mere calculations. She saw a machine that could process instructions much like the human brain, which we today know as AI. In 1837, Ada and Charles conceived the idea for the analytical engine, a more advanced machine than their defense engine. Babbage called it a mechanical calculator, but Ada saw further, a machine that could create. Their partnership was legendary. Babbage built the machine, Ada gave it a voice. While all this had started happening, she met William King at just 19, a rare man who admired her mind, even as society whispered. They had 3 children, but her work never stopped. Nights were for numbers, days for family. The oldest child, Byron King Noel, was named after Ada's father. The middle child, Annie Isabella, was a prominent traveler, and the youngest, Ralph Gordon, later became the second Earl of Lovelace. Her husband supported her even when her health began to fail. And in 1842, Menabrea, an Italian engineer, publishes an article in French about the analytical engine, based on a lecture Babbage gave in Turin, Italy. The article describes the machine's design and capabilities. Babbage asks Ada to translate Menabrea's article into English, as she is fluent in French and deeply understands the analytical engine's principles. Ada completes her translation in 1843 and adds her own extensive notes, which are published in Taylor's scientific memoirs. In 1843, she wrote the first computer program, an algorithm for Babbage's unfinished analytical engine, which is a machine to consist of 4 components: the mill, the store, the reader, and the printer. Published under only her initials, AAL, because the world wasn't ready for a female genius. Her notes are labeled Note A to Note G and are 3 times longer than the original article. Note G contains the first published algorithm, a step-by-step method for calculating Bernoulli numbers using the analytical engine. This is considered the first computer program in history. Ada describes how the machine could use loops and conditional branching to perform complex calculations. She speculates that the analytical engine could go beyond numbers, create music, symbols, or even produce art if properly programmed. By 35, she was dying. Cancer, they said, but her mind burned brighter than ever. Like a moth to flame, she worked until the end. She died on November 27, 1852, at the age of 36, the same age as her father, but her ideas outlived her. Ada is not only seen as the first computer programmer, but also as a symbol of the potential for women to lead in scientific discovery and innovation. A century later, programmers rediscovered her work. She had predicted everything, from computers solving math problems for us to AI creating art. In the 1970s, the US Department of Defense named a programming language Ada in her honor. Today, her name is everywhere, in every line of code, every algorithm. Ada Lovelace Day is celebrated annually on the second Tuesday of October. This day honors women's contributions to STEM fields. Many scholarships, fellowships, and tech initiatives carry her name, aiming to support women and underrepresented groups and computing. Ada Lovelace, the woman who saw tomorrow.